So, my question of the week is simply this. How do we become Jesus' witnesses? It is personal witness that counts. But as I've already shown, that presupposes that we have something to witness to and that our witness is credible. People look at us and they see something that they would like. Now, I've used this illustration often because it's just one that, fits me. And it's simply this. If I came to your door and said, I'm selling you this bottle of stuff that is hair restorer, it's the most wonderful thing in the world, are you seriously going to buy it from me? Only if you're mad. And yet so many of us, in terms of our witness, we say we testify to this great Jesus, and then nothing's seen in our own lives. Thomas Brooks, I read this week, says this: a Christian's whole life should be nothing but a visible representation of Christ. A Christian's whole life should be nothing but a visible representation of Christ. I cycled here this morning, and I was listening to my friend Sinclair Ferguson, who does these 5-minute talks, so it's always plenty of time to get one between the manse and here. And I kind of wish I hadn't, because he challenged me about something in my own life. And I thought, what a hypocrite. How can you be a visible representation of Christ? We have to walk the walk as well as talk the talk. McShane's dictum, make me as holy as a pardoned sinner can be. See, we pretend. We put on airs and graces. We're religious in church. We can use spiritual language. We can talk. But people need to see Christ in us. R. Kent Hughes talks about ethos, logos, and pathos. I like this. Ethos is who we are. It's so easy to deceive ourselves, but who are we really? We need open, tender hearts. Logos is the word of Christ. It's Christ himself, but it's the word of Christ. And pathos is passion. We need passion. George Whitefield, the great became Methodist evangelist. He was in Edinburgh, and people were getting out of their beds at 5 o'clock in the morning to go and hear him. And the great atheist philosopher David Hume was walking along the Royal Mile to go and hear him, and people recognized him. What are you doing? You don't believe the gospel. Why are you going? And he says, yeah, I don't believe it, but he does. And he wanted to hear it. Extraordinary. I don't believe it, but he does. I think our witness is greatly blunted by the fact that an awful lot of people think we don't really believe it. And maybe we don't. I've known people who've gone along to church for many years and could say all the right things. And then just as they were coming towards the end of their days, they suddenly realized they weren't Christian. And they bowed the knee to Christ. So that witness, how do we bear witness to Jesus, is by knowing Jesus, by living like Jesus, by sharing what we know.